For the longest time I wanted a proper workbench that I could rough up, that was heavy, that I could move around, that had a built-in vise, and I decided that I would build myself one. So I went to Tobago to speak to Richard Hadid, a good friend of mine, who I consult on many of these projects. And he says, oh, you could take that old one I have in the corner, which was the guts of this one. So I took the old workbench, which was made out of MDS, and had quite a few drawers that had swollen, rusty hinges, and decided that that was really a great place to start. It had much of the assets that I wanted, full of drawers and storage space. Ordered some 2-inch mahogany, actually 2¼ inch mahogany, and took it to another friend of mine who has a fantastic woodworking shop, Richard Hubbard, who actually stuck the two pieces together after putting them on his jointer, and really produced a fabulous tabletop. And so this is the completed version. If you've looked at my old videos, you'll have seen my old workbench, which really explains why I needed to upgrade. This is the old tabletop, stripped out. You can see the MDF has swollen. So I stripped it out, brought it home, and this is what I had hoped it would look like. I took the whole thing apart. I actually reduced the frame by 1.5 inches. And then this is the tabletop with the rough top on it. And this is what she would look like when it was all completed. So now I'm just putting some rub-on poly, having just applied the termite fluid, because mahogany is the favorite food of tropical termites. I'm going to put about 4 or 5 coats on, and well, when it's all done, it'll be a nice softwood surface that will give me all the flexibility I need for doing tough work, but also a nice working space for building my models. Lots of very useful storage. Haven't decided what goes in these drawers, but really what it'll be is whatever I'm using at the time on the build is what should go in there. So I'm not sure this will be permanent storage, but just things that assist the tabletop in completing whatever task I'm working on. I've ordered a mini Veritas tabletop Vise, which is at my daughter's, which I'll get sometime in the next few months, and this will mount on the front. The end vise is an important feature of any workbench. It's really used for heavy work, wouldn't necessarily be used for model building. So here are the dogs from the original bench that allow you to put a piece of wood. You can plane it, sand it, do whatever you want, but it just locks it in place. I also haven't put dog holes all over the bench. I'll follow the advice from YouTube, which is you put the dog holes as you need them. There's really no reason to drill up the beautiful surface of the workbench until you actually need it. Although some of you may think this is an error, I actually let it come over the side so that I could put a clamp on it rather than make it clean like on the other side. And this came out of the many videos that I saw on YouTube. One of the key things that I wanted was the ability to move the bench around. So we put these lock casters on, and that really allowed me to take it and move it inside and outside or anywhere that I wanted. Really gave me great flexibility, and that's what I wanted in this workbench. I still have a little bit of work to do. Gonna still clean up this face a little bit. As we said, install a small Veritas front vise, I am looking for 2 LED lights which will fit in some sort of stand to illuminate when I'm working on the model. I haven't found those lights yet. And I'm going to put a battery of plugs at the back. Maybe might even put them on the inside. I haven't really decided yet, so that I have some level of electrification on the workbench. And I really have no complaints going forward. I finally have the workbench that I wanted. So back to work.